Soul Tribe. It's your girl Merch, the Big Body Benz. Run tell them, the Big Body High Priestess, somebody come see this. I popped in to do your daily check-in for September 16th, 2022. But this is a timeless reading, so whenever you see this, you're supposed to. Um, hey y'all. Oh, for my, I'm live on both Instagram and YouTube. For my YouTube fam, as you come in, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Share this video with someone that you love. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, send me a love donation. Follow me on any other platform or subscribe to my Patreon. Gang, you already know my info's pinned at the bottom of the screen over here. Alright, so boom. Let's just pray. Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angel, spirit, guide, spirit, animal, so sky, universe. Thank you so much for my life. Thank you so much for the way that I feel really good. Today's been a really beautiful day. Um, I honor that the energy isn't necessarily playing out for everyone, but I pray that those that this message reaches has had a beautiful day, has felt really good, has felt really loved, has had a ton of energy. Positive vibrations, spirit. I really pray that our nervous systems are calm, that we are at ease, that any anxiety that we may be feeling at this time subsides, spirit. Please allow me to tap in with my soul tribe and just see what messages you have for them for the day as we are flowing today and honoring whatever comes up for us. Please protect the spirit from any negative energies and only allow energies of love and light to enter. Ashe, thank you, spirit. All right, so boom. Um, you know, okay, so let me just say, I just feel like this energy of, having the desire to do certain things, right? Having the desire to, um, stick to a plan, right? It backfiring, I just feel like not getting too much done at all today. Could be a lot of chatting, could be a lot of, daydreaming, even your mind wandering, even chatting, even for some of you, you know, truly. 222 on the clock over here. It may be necessary though, so it's totally okay. There may be some worry about the things that you have to do, the things that come up about what you have to do. I wish I knew what stone this is. My daughter just gave it to me out of her stones, and I can't stop touching it. I have no clue what it is, but I'm really drawn to it, so I'm going to honor that. Yeah. Truly it really is this energy out here of really intending to do a whole lot of needing to relax, needing to rest, needing to love on yourself. If you had to work today, if you had to be, if you were busy, if you had to tend to a bunch of things, make sure you take the rest of the night to feel good. you know Take a hot shower, take a bath, put on something that makes you feel good, make sure you smell good, take care of your skin, put some good food in your system, listen to some music. That energy, of really taking care of yourself. It's crazy because, you know, people, whether this is you or other people, somehow feeling like I ain't gonna do all of that for myself. Not if I don't got somebody else to do it for. Or for some of you, you have someone, but you start showing up for yourself this way, and they be like, well, who you doing all of that for? For me? Not even for them. You doing it for you, right? But also for those of you who aren't doing it because you're alone. You're like, who's around? Who I got to do all of this for? I don't got a man, I don't got a girl, whatever. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. I wasn't joking. That first post that I put up earlier, that very first post, that was literally just me recording, doing my glamour work. That was me doing my mirror work. First of all, I had my makeup mirror sitting on my desk in front of me, but I was on the camera. This is how I'm always in the camera. I'm always looking at myself. This is partly how I do my mirror work. I just record myself. I just stare at myself. I just fall in love with myself. Okay? Nobody is more obsessed with me than me. When I really get in, when I'm on my shit. When I'm on my shit, big Leo energy in a real way. Right? Now, this may not come as natural to everybody else, but I really highly recommend on Venus Day, you get in your mirror. You look at yourself. You fall in love with yourself. You put on something that makes you feel good. Child, I'm obsessed with myself, and you should be obsessed with yourself. I'm obsessed with myself. If you think there's something wrong with that, you should feel it. You should look into that. Feel a little more, a little better about yourself, or work on feeling a little better about yourself. Because also, it's taken a lot of work for me to get here. A lot of looking in the mirror, a lot of talking to myself a certain kind of way, loving on myself. So heavy on the not being being unapologetic about it, right? As should you. There is something about this. Why I'm saying this, because for some of you, when you start showing up this way, when you start glowing this way, bitch is glowing in real life, right? There's no filter, which is glowing in real life. When you start glowing in real life, when it starts hitting different, when you start looking different, people can tell because of how you take care of yourself, how you loving on yourself. They're gonna ask you why you putting a little more effort, or why you look this way, or what's the occasion? Ain't none. Ain't none. I love on myself. That's it. It's the only reason. Who you doing all that for? Me. I'm worth it. Needing to show up for yourself this way. Or when that voice in your head starts asking you, who you doing all of that for? What you doing all of that for? You ain't got nowhere to go, or whatever it is, whatever the conversation is, or you don't got to put in no extra effort. No, yes you do, because you feel so much better about yourself when you do. I love that. I am the occasion. Mm. There's something about me honoring the fact that it's Venus Day. Also, I just want y'all to know that I'm going to be going live on tier 3 of my Patreon at 9 p.m. If you tapped into tier 3, my sex readings, then you know you know. If you're not, then you not, right? But I decided that I'm gonna level on that tier a little more. Like, I have a lot of fun when I'm doing my sugar and spice readings. I'm in my natural element that way. That way, I can communicate. I can talk openly about sex really freely. I find that there was a need for me to create the tier to start offering these sex readings, because I was giving so many personal readings where people were coming to me and a lot of sex advice was coming up. I was having to give them a lot of sex advice. There was a lot that was coming up that people were discovering about themselves sexually that I was able to help them through. A lot of shame about what people were into sexually, about what their desires are, what they like, what their likes are, what their kinks are, was coming up that we were working through. And so I really felt called to create a tier on Patreon to specialize in my sex readings, right? Because if you watch my sex readings, they're not necessarily wild, nasty, freaky. They have their moments, but I really be talking to you about what you're going through. I really be navigating through all experiences, of your sexual energy, positive and negative. Okay? I can see when y'all not having sex. I can see when y'all not touching yourselves. I can see when y'all not being intimate with y'all partners. When there's a disconnect, or when you're not fully free. I got a reading from you a year ago, and let me tell you, you were spot on and continue to be. Thank you for showing up, always being real. You are so welcome, my love. It was an honor. Okay? So I say all that to say that there really was a need for me to create this tier, my Patreon. It's tier 3. It's the most expensive tier, but you also get access to the other 2 tiers before it. And because it's the most expensive tier, and the amount of content that I create, and on all the platforms that I'm on, and taking personal clients, and being a mother of 5 and a wife, that tier wasn't getting the amount of love that it should have been getting. It only gets love towards the end of the month, and so I wanted to change that with a different approach, right? What if I start doing these live, right? Coming in and doing all of the signs at once, right? And I just thought that would be a really dope experience, to seeing how when I used to come on live here and do the sugar and spice readings and ask you all on Instagram. There really is something about this YouTube. You are totally getting a different view of me than Instagram does. There really is something like my whole boobs are in their face. Like, I look really. There's something about this, and I know that like boobs, it's a download. But I also just want to say there's something about dealing with someone on a different platform or on a different level, getting a different view. Your angle, your view of me is not necessarily the view that they get from me here. So I spend a lot more time here as well. And y'all know me from doing my sugar and spice readings over here on Instagram, which I stopped doing. But when I would do those, no bullshit. But when I would do those, you would get to choose whether or not you wanted me to do a sugar reading, a regular general reading, or you wanted me to do a spice reading. And we would pull and get into your sexual energy, do a sex reading. So doing those mini sex readings, and they were bomb, So there's something about tapping in on another platform. This download being for those who on YouTube who are only fucking with me surface level, and y'all dig a little deeper. We may have went to second base, but you pop up to tier 3 on my Patreon, and we going all the way. It's really that energy out here, and I just feel like needing to say this because I don't hold back. I say what's on my mind. It can get a little wild, it can get a little crazy, it can get a little raunchy. If I'm tapped into it, I'm gonna say what I need to say. Okay? We grown here, and if you ain't grown, get from around here. That energy all day. Anyway, I felt called to pull. So I said all that to say that I'm going live at 9 o'clock. When I get up off of here, going live at 9 o'clock on tier 3 of my Patreon to do a sex reading for live sex readings. Right, I'm gonna be calling them my red light readings because I'm gonna be doing them in the red light. Period. Red light special vibes, and I'm gonna look like a little something when I pull up to do them. Period. Right. This is how I'm pulling up to do it. This is the energy. I might keep them on only on Venus days because this is how I be feeling. Period. But I also want to say that there is a whole switch. 11:11 on the clock over here. There's a whole switch with me really honoring that I am fully stepping into my femininity, really allowing my femininity to thrive. Okay. Really allowing divine feminine to take over. Letting divine masculine, that masculine energy really take a back seat. So I'm loving on myself a little more. I suggest that a lot of you honor this energy and do the same for yourselves. Those of you who know intuitively or feel intuitively that you're being called to do this. Because, you know, you won't regret it. You won't regret slowing down to love on yourself a little more, tend to yourself a little more, allow yourself to feel a little better about yourself, put on something that makes you feel good, loving on a body that's yours, period. Period. So I wanted to pull some cards from the Romance Angels because it's Venus Day. Express your love is out here. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture, right? With deception out here and trust. I want to talk about this. For some of you, heavy on the knowing what you're doing or subtly expressing yourself in a certain way because, somebody is watching, somebody has a certain eye on you. It's Mercury retrograde or you are doing something in the hopes that somebody would see what you're doing or get wind of it. Watch for doing this. Watch for showing up this way. For some of you, certain people are going to be expressing their love to you around this time, but they're really deceptive. They're not who you think they are. For others of you, you're expressing your love to someone who I just feel like is deceptive in the sense that they're not telling you that they're not doing as well as you think they are. Someone is struggling a whole lot more in some sense than you think they are. And so, kind of presenting themselves as being able to, fully commit to meeting you halfway or fully commit to the relationship with you or to the partnership with you in some way. But they're genuinely struggling a lot more than they want you to admit, than they want to admit to you somehow. So watch for this, paying attention, using your discernment moving forward, being able to read between the lines, being able to be honest with certain people, ask certain questions, there's something too about really honoring the people who are honest with you, straight up, flat out somehow. Like, tell me what it is, you ain't got to be perfect, but just make sure that I could trust you out here, make sure that I could trust you. I also really feel like some of you need to not jump to conclusions out here. You may feel like you overhear something. You may feel like you overhear someone expressing their love and there being some sort of deception. I just feel like this could be with the energies out here. You may be wrong. Be a little slow to respond to certain things. I just feel like you can trust someone that's not what you think it is, or you don't like the feeling you're getting about something off rip. And I just feel like slow down, calm down. It's not what you think it is. Somebody, again, there's some anxiety maybe going off. It could be a lot of excitement even. Doesn't necessarily have to be anxiety. It could be a lot of excitement even. Again, it's giving calm your nervous system, even if this overwhelming feeling is a good one, so that you could think clearly. I love this because I don't know why. I love this unrequited.
Love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I love this because um, having on the being loved on by the Empress loves you. The inner child loves you. The children love you. Loving on the children, loving on the inner child, loving on the Empress. The Empress loves you. um, Unrequited love out here in reverse. As I say that, I absolutely love this because unrequited love means unrequited love. But for me, unrequited love out here in reverse means whoever this is really genuinely loves you. Whoever you're dealing with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? For some of you, this is something. Yo, I don't like it because because this could be someone who has deceived you somehow, someone you're not in contact with, or this could also be someone that you are in contact with. I feel like there's multiple energies out here, multiple energies, multiple storylines, right? On one end, you're dealing with certain people you close to. You can trust these people. They genuinely love you. On the other end, there may be some people that you're not in contact with anymore. They fucking love you. That might even not be any of your concern, but their energy is still coming through. Either way, I just feel like allow yourself to receive love, even if it's on an energetic level. We're not out here blocking anything, right? And it doesn't mean that we are, concentrating our energy on anyone specific or hoping that it's someone specific sending us any love. But I just feel like don't block any blessings. Don't be closed off to love because of certain negative feelings that may pop up when you think about certain people, when you worry or feel anxiety that someone's energy is being is being directed at you when it may not be. But either way, romantic feelings out here, certain people really love you, period. Right? There also may be somebody that you ain't fucking with, you ain't talking to. They peeking, they watching you. You should know. You know, they peeking, they watching you. You should know. They thinking about you. They're sending you love. They want to connect to you. They want to see if you're going to reach out. If you're going to see that message, that email, or you're doing something to see if they see it. You, also moving forward, I'm gonna be real. It made me pull for sexual energy or whatever because I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go straight over to my Patreon, tier 3 of my Patreon, to do the sex reading live, right? So I really felt called to pull a little bit on the energy, and I just wanted to know, like, what's the collective sexual energy out here? Crazy how this King of Swords is out here in reverse, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Someone is not feeling or hasn't gotten past or hasn't moved forward since dealing with an air sign, but I'm talking about the collective. This is just the collective sexual energy that I'm just tapped into before I move over to really do the live to tap into each sign and do their sex readings, right? On Patreon. But I just feel like there's a lot of that you haven't discovered about yourself sexually. Some of you really haven't broken free or wanting or just now wanting to break free of certain limitations that have been placed on you. Have you done it because of shame? Other people's ideas, of what's acceptable, society's ideas of what's acceptable for you to do. I feel like there's so much that is untapped within you that you haven't explored or that you're aware of and haven't and there being some shame attached to how much and how much you could share, you could give others, you know. I feel like talking about some real shit, ready to have some real honest conversations about sex, realizing that there are some things that your partners don't even know. Some of you, heavy on my women, some of you are doing things you're not communicating. Like for those of you who are having sex, y'all having sex, and when it hurts, you putting your hands up a little bit, or you trying to position yourself rather than communicating with your partner, right? Or they're getting theirs and you're not getting yours, and you don't know how to do this without making them feel judged. That energy out here. Time to have some real conversations. But I feel like with people that you trust too. Some of you are, there's something about needing to have open and honest conversations about sex, even if you're not having sex with people you trust. So having on your girlfriends, your guy friends, like if you're a guy, needing to be able to talk to your homies about certain things and get pointers from one another or ask questions from one another, because you'd be surprised how your homeboy could put you onto some shit and save you the embarrassment, of looking crazy out here when you with your partner, there really is something about this out here, releasing shame, or looking like you don't know, you looking inexperienced, or you don't know what's going on, or I also really feel like there's a lot of things that certain people want to try, they want to let out, and it's the time to do so. It's a time to discover yourself on all levels. I just feel like this is the season of discovering yourself, not just sexually, but who you are in every capacity, in every way. You know. Some of you are, some of you too. Some of you are going to, those of you who are in a relationship, some of you are really going to be either disconnecting from your people, your relationships at this time. Y'all are going to be going through breakups. I mean, with Mercury retrograde, we're in retrograde season, period. Y'all going to be going through breakups. But for others of you, your relationships are really going to be ascending. Really going to the next level. Y'all really going to be working together. You know, you're really going to require a lot more trust. It's really going to require a lot for you to release a little. You know, release a lot more. Everyone being really possessive. Okay. Okay. There's so many people adding you pretending to be me on here. What can I say? You know, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? You know, at this point, I just want to say it, I guess, because I've been getting a couple messages in my DMs about it. But I just want to say that we've been dealing with this for so long. Gang, Soul Chop, y'all been tapped in with me for so long that if you don't know that, you know, because I'm tired of talking about it. You see, I'm already having throat chakra issues talking about it. If y'all don't, this is not about you. This is you just reminding me that I've been getting DMs about this, and somebody literally just sent me some money the other day, thinking that they were sending it to someone else. No bullshit. If you search me right now, you know, on IG, on TikTok, whatever, there's a bunch of them that pop up that are pretending to be me. They not me. There's only one me. Okay, I will never pop up in your DMs. I will never solicit a reading. I let you know where you can come find me if you're interested in getting what I have to offer. Okay? You got to come find me. I'm not going to come to you. I'm not going to say I felt the energy and I was called and, you know, and y'all also, again, like I said, I'm not necessarily talking about you, my love. I'm telling you that this energy is out here, and I've been getting these messages, and I literally just got like 3 the last 2 days. So you reminded me to talk about it while I was on here, so I appreciate it, you know. But at this point, if you're sending money to somebody, if you're getting scammed by someone that's not me, you're vibrating too low. That's the truth. You're vibrating too low. We not on the same page. You're not Soul Tribe. No bullshit. Or you would know. You know where to find me. You know, but also use your discernment, man. Slow down. Read a little bit, because they be looking like it's my name and then they tweak certain things. No bullshit. They just tweak certain things. Thank you, K. Dior. Anyway, I'm going to get up off this. I love y'all. Again, just so y'all know, 12 in the room over here, 15 over here. I'm getting off of here, and I'm going over to tier 3 of my Patreon at 9 o'clock to do my red light readings live, which is my sex readings for all 12 signs. It's going to be lit. The replay will also be up there when I'm done. If you're unable to catch the live, I love y'all. Period. It's your grandma's the Big Body Benz. Run tell them. The Big Body High Priestess. Somebody come see this. Peace.